So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to do the 3.3 baseline organizer. Okay, this is going to be that 6-4-1-5 drum pattern, bass pattern that we've been talking about. So right here I have my organizer. Now this is fillable, so I either need to download this and then open it, or if I just choose print on the Chromebook, this will pop up. Okay, so I'm going to put my name on this. And then we're going to come down here to our drum groove. And we need to write a drum groove or a drum pattern that fits the rules of a drum pattern. So that is the hi-hat playing every subdivision. Now I'm going to go with eighth notes. If you want to go with something a little more complicated, like all 16th notes, that's fine. Just make sure you can play it, okay? The kick on 1 and 3, and the snare on 2 and 4. I'm going to keep mine pretty simple, okay? This is an acceptable drum pattern. If you're feeling adventurous and you want to add maybe an extra kick or an extra snare somewhere, go ahead, as long as it follows the rules of the drum patterns that we've talked about. Okay, so the second part, we're going to write a rhythm for the bass line using one of the three relationships between the bass and the kick. And remember, that was the bass plays at the same time as the kick, the bass plays more than the kick, or the bass plays less than the kick. Okay, the rhythm should be the same for all of the measures, so we're going to do the same rhythm for each measure. And the letter of each note should match the letter name for each chord. So for instance, this is going to be an A chord, so we're going to use the letter A for the bass. We're going to play the note A. This is an F chord, we're going to use the note F, okay? And we're going to use the first octave, so A1, F1, C1, and G1, all right? So we're going to notate the duration of the bass note by adding those dashes to where I want the note to stop. Okay, so I'm going to do relationship 2. I'm going to have my bass play more than my kick. So my kick is on 1 and 3. So I'm going to put my bass on 1 and 3. You might choose something different. That's okay. And then I'm also going to put an and here. I'm going to do a pickup into the next measure. All right, so there's my rhythm for my bass. All right, and then I need to determine how long I want to sustain these notes for. So I'm going to use dashes. So I'm going to go all the way up to the and of 2 with this first note. So I'm going to stop here. And then 3, I'm going to go all the way up to stop on beat 4. And then I'm going to leave this one open. This is what I did on the previous video when we talked about the 6-4-1-5 bass lines. Okay? And then I'm going to go down and do the same thing here. So this is an F chord. So I'm going to do F1, F1, and F1. This is all the same. And I'm going to fill in the same dashes. Let's see, that matches. Good. I'm going to do the same thing down here. So now we're going to do C1. Again, the letter here matches the chord. And we're going to go through. Oh, I made a mistake here. This actually goes on the and. Let's see, does that all match? And then we're going to do G. So G1, G1, and G1. And dashes. Very good. Okay, that all matches. It's the same rhythm and the same duration for every measure. My letter here matches the chord letter. So this is an A chord, so I'm going to play A. F chord, I'm going to play F. C chord, I'm going to play C. G chord, I'm going to play G. Okay, once I'm done with this, I'm going to save this PDF. Okay, I'm going to download this and save this with the changes. All right, I'll save that to my Chromebook or to my desktop, and then this is what I'm going to turn in on the organizer assignment.